The Executive Federal Market Entry Operating System. Season 2, Episode 5. AI in Federal Contracting. Distraction or Reality. Where artificial intelligence creates a federal market advantage, and where it becomes noise.
Welcome back to the Executive Federal Market Entry Operating System. I'm Maya Chen, your Executive Intelligence Officer. And today we're stepping directly into probably the most overused phrase in business right now: artificial intelligence. AI-enabled, AI-powered, generative AI, autonomous AI, AI agents, AI transformation. Everywhere you look, somebody is adding the letters A and I to something. And John, I think that creates a legitimate question for a small business trying to enter the federal marketplace. Is AI actually changing federal contracting? Or are we watching another technology trend that everybody feels obligated to talk about because they're afraid of being left behind?
Both.
Both?
Absolutely. AI is real. The distraction is also real. And if you cannot distinguish between the two, AI can actually make you worse at federal contracting instead of better.
That's probably not the opening the AI evangelists were expecting.
Good. Because this isn't an episode about worshiping technology. It's about using technology intelligently.
So where do we begin?
With the problem, always with the problem. I don't care how impressive an AI system sounds. I want to know what problem it solves. What decision does it improve? What friction does it remove? What risk does it reduce? What does it allow a human being or an organization to do better?
So the question is not, do we have AI?
No, the question is, what becomes measurably better because AI is there?
Let's start with the business owner. They've been reading LinkedIn. Everybody says AI is changing everything. They start thinking, maybe I need to become an AI company.
That's exactly where I would tell them to slow down.
Why?
Because AI is not a business identity. It's a capability. Sometimes it's a tool. Sometimes it's an enabling layer. Sometimes it becomes part of the product. But simply attaching AI to your company does not create a federal market value proposition.
Give me an example.
Let's say you own a logistics company. Yesterday, you described yourself as a logistics company. Today, you change the website and call yourself an AI-enabled logistics company. My first question is, what changed?
Maybe nothing.
Exactly. If AI is improving predictive routing, exception management, inventory visibility, capacity forecasting, recovery decisions, or operational planning, now we have something to discuss. But if AI is only a word added to the capability statement,
Noise.
a
Technology company.
same thing. Don't tell me you use AI. Tell me what the customer can now accomplish that they could not accomplish as effectively before.
Communications company.
Same rule. Does AI accelerate content analysis, improve accessibility workflows, assist multilingual production, improve document classification, help identify inconsistencies before production? Fine. Now we are connecting technology to execution.
So this is really a continuation of something we've said throughout the operating system. Federal buyers do not need another fashionable description of your company. They need to understand what you help them accomplish.
Exactly.
I think part of the confusion comes from the fact that people say AI in federal contracting as though we're talking about one thing.
We're not.
How many conversations are there?
At least 3. First, there is AI that a contractor uses to operate its own business and pursue federal work.
Internal intelligence.
Exactly. Market research, opportunity screening, capture support, document analysis, scenario modeling, proposal support, operational planning. That is AI helping the contractor perform better.
Number 2.
AI as the actual capability being sold to the government.
So now the government is intentionally buying an AI system, service, application, model, analytics capability, automation platform, or something similar.
Correct?
And number 3,
AI being used while performing a federal contract that may not itself be an AI contract.
that feels like an important distinction.
It is. Imagine you win a contract for program management. Then your team introduces AI into workflow automation, or document processing, or decision support, or analytics. The contract was not necessarily awarded as an AI contract, but AI may now be part of performance.
And those 3 situations create very different questions.
Completely different questions. What I use internally to analyze public market information is one conversation. What I sell to an agency as an AI solution is another. What I introduce into actual contract performance is another.
Different data,
Different risk,
different governance.
different contractual implications.
So when somebody says, we use AI in federal contracting, the next question should be, where?
Exactly.
Let's talk about the one everybody is probably thinking about, proposal writing.
Here we go.
I upload a solicitation into an AI tool and say, write my proposal.
And now we have a problem.
Because
Generating words is not the same as producing a compliant, credible proposal.
but the output might look fantastic.
That is exactly why it can be dangerous. AI can produce something that sounds authoritative even when the underlying assumption is wrong. It can misunderstand a requirement. It can overlook an exception. It can infer capability that the company never demonstrated. It can turn weak information into very confident language.
Which means a beautifully written paragraph can still be strategically worthless.
Or worse, it can create risk.
So you don't use AI for proposals.
That's not what I said. I use AI where it improves the process. Help me analyze structure. Help me compare requirements. Help me identify possible compliance gaps. Help me organize large amounts of information. Help me test an argument. Help me interrogate whether our response actually answers the requirement. Help me find contradictions.
But
The executive remains accountable.
there it is.
Always. Automation should replace repetition. It should not replace executive judgment.
And I think that distinction gets lost because people assume the goal of AI is to remove the human.
I think that is one of the worst assumptions you can bring into a high accountability environment. I don't want less judgment. I want better informed judgment.
So AI's job is not to become the executive.
Correct. Its job is to make the executive harder to surprise.
There is another issue here that entrepreneurs cannot ignore: data.
Huge issue.
Because putting a public solicitation into an AI system is one thing. Putting confidential partner information, proprietary pricing, controlled government information, customer data, or protected technical information into one is something completely different.
Exactly. And this is where convenience cannot outrun governance. Just because an AI tool allows you to paste something into a prompt does not mean you are authorized to put that information there.
That sentence alone probably needs to be posted above a few desks.
Absolutely. Know the information. Know the environment. Know the contractual requirements. Know the platform. Know who can access the data. Know whether the data can be retained. Know whether it can be used for training. Know what you are authorized to do
So innovation without governance can become liability.
very quickly.
Which leads to a larger point. Maybe AI maturity is not measured by how many AI tools your company uses.
I would agree with that.
Maybe maturity is knowing when to use AI, where to use it, what information it can touch, and where human control must remain.
Now we're talking about an operating system.
Let's bring this back to federal business development. Monday morning, I have 40 opportunities in front of me. RFIs, sources sought, solicitation notices, awards, prime contractor announcements, industry day notices. I can spend 6 hours opening all 40 manually.
Or you can use AI to help reduce the universe.
Now we're into signal to noise.
Exactly. AI can help me ask, which opportunities actually match our capability? Which are in the right geography? Which involve missions we understand? Which contain execution requirements relevant to our operating model? Which have timelines we can realistically support? Which may be better approached through a prime contractor?
So maybe 40 becomes 7.
Then 7 becomes 3.
And the machine tells you which 3 to pursue?
No,
I knew you were going to say that.
the system can recommend 3. I decide whether the recommendation survives scrutiny.
What does scrutiny look like?
Why this recommendation? What source evidence supports it? What assumption did the system make? What constraint could invalidate it? What information is missing? What alternative did the system reject? Why? What changes if one of our assumptions fails?
That is very different from AI says opportunity number 17 is good.
That's not intelligence. That's outsourcing judgment to a black box.
This sounds a lot like the philosophy you've been building into Atlas 1.
It is.
Explain that.
I don't want Atlas 1 to become another dashboard, and I definitely don't want it to become a chatbot that gives me confident answers and expects me to obey them.
So what do you want?
An AI voice of reason. I want the system to bring me intelligence. Show me the evidence. Show me the assumptions. Show me the constraints. Show me the alternative courses of action. Show me what happens if the primary assumption fails. Show me confidence. Show me uncertainty. And preserve enough decision history that 6 months later I can understand why we made the decision.
That last part is significant because AI is often sold around speed, faster answers, faster analysis, faster content.
And speed without traceability can simply help you make the wrong decision faster,
So your model is faster intelligence,
with stronger accountability.
not faster automation at any cost.
Correct.
And now I understand why you use the phrase voice of reason. You don't want AI shouting instructions. You want it sitting beside the executive saying, here's what we know, here's what we don't know, here's what could go wrong, here are 3 alternatives. Now you decide.
Exactly. That is much closer to how I think intelligence should work.
Let's talk about another trap. A company has no defined federal market, no target agencies, no prime strategy, no work-share strategy, weak positioning, no real capture process. Then they buy an AI platform.
Congratulations.
Problem solved?
No. Now you can execute your confusion faster.
That's brutal.
But it's true, AI amplifies systems. If the system is disciplined, AI can amplify discipline. If the system is chaotic, AI can amplify chaos.
So technology cannot rescue the absence of strategy.
Correct. If you have no idea which agencies matter to your company, AI can give you 500 agencies faster. That doesn't help.
If you're chasing every solicitation,
AI can help you chase them faster.
which could actually make signal-to-noise worse.
Exactly. That is one of the things I worry about. People are using AI to increase volume when they should be using AI to increase precision.
Say that again.
The objective is not more activity. The objective is greater precision.
Now let's switch chairs. I'm the federal customer. A contractor walks in and says, "We have an advanced generative AI solution." What am I thinking?
Probably. So what?
Really?
Absolutely. Tell me what it does. Show me that it works. Show me where it fails. Show me how you test it. Show me what data it needs. Show me how my data is protected. Show me whether I can move away from your platform. Show me how performance is measured after deployment. Show me what happens when the model changes. Show me where the human is accountable.
That sounds less like buying magic and more like buying any other mission-critical capability.
Exactly. AI does not eliminate acquisition discipline. If anything, it makes some parts of acquisition discipline more important.
Because the system can evolve.
Correct.
Models change.
Data changes.
performance can drift, and a demonstration that looked fantastic 6 months ago is not necessarily proof that the system will perform reliably inside an agency's actual environment.
John.
Exactly. That is why performance matters more than the demo.
I can hear some small businesses listening and thinking, great. AI means the big technology companies are going to own everything.
I don't believe that.
Why?
Because one of the strengths of a smaller company can be focus. You do not have to build the foundational model. You do not have to become the cloud provider. You do not have to build every component of the AI stack. Find a specific mission problem.
Narrower.
Much narrower. Maybe an agency has a document processing bottleneck. Maybe a prime needs better logistics, exception visibility. Maybe analysts are manually reviewing thousands of records. Maybe a program office has difficulty identifying risk across disparate reporting systems. Maybe an organization needs explainable recommendations rather than another dashboard.
So instead of saying, we do AI,
Say, we solve this specific operational problem, and AI is one component of how we do it.
that sounds much stronger.
Because now the mission leads. The technology follows.
Maya.
I want to challenge one phrase. Everybody says, don't worry, we have a human in the loop.
John.
That phrase can become meaningless if we are not careful.
Maya.
Explain.
John.
Where is the human? What authority does the human have? What exactly are they reviewing? Do they understand the evidence? Can they override the system? Are they accountable for the outcome? Do they have enough time to perform meaningful review?
So putting a person at the end of an automated process does not automatically create governance.
Exactly. Human oversight has to be substantive. Otherwise, we are creating ceremonial accountability.
That's good. Ceremonial accountability.
I don't want somebody clicking approve because the machine already did the thinking. I want the system improving the human's ability to think.
So how does a business owner distinguish AI reality from AI distraction?
I would use 5 questions.
Let's hear them.
First, what specific problem are we solving?
If we cannot answer that,
Stop. Second, what becomes measurably better because AI is involved?
faster,
Maybe.
more accurate,
Maybe.
lower cost,
Maybe.
better visibility,
Maybe.
better decisions.
Maybe. But define it. Third, what evidence supports the recommendation or output?
Not just the answer.
The evidence. Fourth, where does human accountability remain?
And fifth,
What happens when the AI is wrong?
that may be the most important question.
It is certainly one of them, because every serious system needs a failure conversation.
Not just, look what it can do.
Correct. Show me what happens when it cannot.
I think we've arrived at something bigger than federal contracting.
We have.
There is a leadership question underneath all of this.
Absolutely.
What does the executive become when AI can research, summarize, draft, model, compare, and recommend faster than the executive can?
More important.
Not less.
More important.
Explain.
Because when intelligence becomes abundant, judgment becomes scarce.
That's the episode.
Think about it. Information used to be expensive. Analysis used to take time. Producing options could take days. AI can compress portions of that work dramatically. But somebody still has to decide what matters. Somebody still has to understand the mission. Somebody still has to accept risk. Somebody still has to distinguish evidence from assumption. Somebody still has to say yes. Somebody still has to say no. Somebody remains accountable.
So AI doesn't eliminate the executive intelligence function.
It elevates it. My job is not to know more facts than the machine. My job is to ask better questions than the machine can ask itself.
Let's give the listeners something practical.
Good.
This week, identify one place where AI is already being used, or where you are considering using it, inside your federal business. Capture, proposal development, market research, operations, customer delivery, whatever it is.
Then run the AI reality test.
Question 1. What specific problem are we solving?
Question 2. What becomes measurably better?
Question 3. What evidence supports the output?
Question 4. Who remains accountable for the decision?
Question 5. What happens when the AI is wrong?
If you cannot answer those 5 questions,
You may not have an AI strategy.
you may have an AI distraction.
John, I started the episode asking AI in federal contracting. Distraction or reality?
Reality,
No hesitation.
none. But the hype around it can absolutely become distraction.
So where does the advantage belong?
Not automatically with the company using the most AI. Not automatically with the company buying the newest platform. Not automatically with the company that puts AI powered on every capability statement.
Then who?
The organization that knows where AI belongs, where it doesn't, what evidence it needs, what risk it introduces, and where executive judgment must remain.
Because automation should replace repetition.
Not executive judgment,
AI should accelerate intelligence.
not confusion,
AI should expose alternatives.
not hide assumptions.
AI should help leadership see around corners.
But leadership still has to steer.
I'm Maya Chen.
And I'm Johnny Cornish III.
This is the Executive Federal Market Entry Operating System. And maybe the question is no longer whether AI is coming to federal contracting.
The better question is whether your organization is disciplined enough to use it without surrendering the judgment that made your company valuable in the first place.
That sounds like reality to me.
It is.
We'll see you next time.